So anyway, as I was saying that most times we want to get a quick fix, when we're dealing with our health, but that does not work. I'm saying, with our health in our body is important. Health 101, know your body. What is it that my body is not liking? What is it that is triggering my body to not want this? What types of foods are messing with my body that my body don't like? What is triggering, and what is messing with my digestive system? Inflammation was one of my biggest problems. Inflammation was one of my biggest problems, you guys. And I'm gonna tell you guys my story in just a little bit, but I want to talk a little bit more about leaky gut. So leaky gut may contribute to a long list of mineral deficiencies because of ongoing inflammation. Like I just said, I had a problem with ongoing inflammation and damage to carrier proteins. The most common are iron deficiency. We have problems with iron deficiency. We have problems with vitamin B12 deficiency, magnesium deficiency, which can lead to fatigue. I used to be fatigued a lot. Neuropathies or muscle pain. I used to have all of those. I'm going to go back over it again. Immune deficiency, fatigue, neuropathies, muscle pain. And I also had low iron years ago. I started targeting my health back in, I started doing better with my health back in 2017, 2018, and I would fall off. But I had a long list of autoimmune deficiencies or whatever, where they had to go behind, but they had to prescribe me some things to get me back on target. And then I said, wait a minute, I want to take better care of my health. I want to eat naturally. I want to eat the right foods. So, Karen, you know what you got to do. And so I started researching, and of course, I started going back to school. And after I got certified as a life coach, I started studying health and nutrition, because I knew I had an autoimmune disease. And I'm not saying that I don't have it anymore. I'm just targeting it even better, because we know some things won't go away, but we can target it and reduce it. We can reduce those medications, because true indeed, we want to always keep going back to the doctor, and they want to keep continuing to put those with medication. But there are some medications that we do need for a certain amount of time until we can get back to where we need to be. But if you can eat holistically and healthily natural, eat more plants, eating more vegetables, eating more micronutrients, eating more fibers, that will help decrease our condition, and that will help decrease our illness. So, and just for me, I didn't know too much about leaky gut before. And that's why I studied and researched it and wanted to come and share with you guys. And these were all some of the symptoms, because I had a lot of vitamin deficiency. Like I said, I had a lot of inflammation. I had a lot of swelling. And so I had, a problem with my digestive system, which was a leaky gut. Not only that, I had a disorder. Well, I was diagnosed with a disorder back in 2015. No, I'm sorry, 2007. I'm sorry, you guys. I was finally diagnosed in 2007 with rheumatism, which is an autoimmune disorder. I was always fatigued. I had a lot of muscle pain. Um, I was also getting inflamed. I had a lot of inflammation, so I was hurting. And I had a lot of inflammation is because I had a lot of things going on with my bones that were swelling. I wasn't eating the right things. I had muscle pains. I was inflamed, including my digestive system. I never did think about my digestive system may be messed up as well, because I was inflamed with all of these things. I never did think about that. So those are some of the things that, I had to research on and study on. And so when you're doing all these things and you're trying to eat the right way and nothing is working, you got to look back at your digestive system. You got to look back at, wow, my intestines may be increased, may be inflamed. I may have a bacteria condition, which is called leaky gut. And that's what it is. But most medical professionals don't see it as a real, like I said before, doesn't see it as a real bad condition, because it's something that you can target yourself in your home. You yourself, you are in charge of your body. So it's important. And I had a picture because I wanted you guys to see all of the goodies, and the intestines, but somehow I couldn't post a picture up here. Um, and I'm not going to try to do it because I don't want to. Let me see. I think I showed you guys a picture of the intestines yesterday. I don't think I saved the picture of the leaky gut, but I don't want to log off because I don't want the live to stop, you guys. So anyway, the first thing to do, you saying to yourself, how do I know that I have a leaky gut? I just told you that those are some of the symptoms of having a leaky gut is swelling, inflammation, and you're eating the right things and you're doing the right things, but nothing is going anywhere. Secondly, you can get a standard test for leaky gut. It's called leaky gut syndrome. Leaky gut syndrome. And it is lactulose and mannitol test. I hope I'm saying it right. Mannitol and lactulose test. Both are water soluble molecules that the body can't use. So it's like a liquid that you drink, and that's a test that you can take that absorbs by people with healthy intestinal linings. So you will find out when you take that liquid test whether you really have a leaky gut or not. But if you know your body and you know something is wrong, and you have, like I said before, you have a lot of inflammation. You have a lot of inflammation, and you have a lot of fatigueness, muscle pain, always tired, which is fatigue. Like I said, I used to go through that a lot for a lot of years. I'm 40 years old, and at 12, I started having a lot of muscle pain and inflammation. That was rheumatism. But later on, as I got older, I started having problems with my digestive system, and that was because of the autoimmune deficiency. And I wasn't eating the right nutrients and the right fibers, putting the right fibers in me. I was always told, because my mom is definitely a health fanatic. She makes sure she takes care of her body on her own, because my family does have diabetes. It runs in my family, with other, conditions. So she eats well, she eats good, she puts the right fibers and nutrients in her body. Yeah, she still takes some medication that she has to take, or whatever, but she doesn't have to take as much as most of us in society would have to take, because she's targeting those things herself. So it's important to try to target those things so you can decrease your medicine, because we want to make sure we are trying to come off as much as medication as we can. So my number one encouragement is to you is that, yeah, losing weight is good, because you do have to lose a certain amount of weight to make sure you stay on target with your health. But I want to reiterate the importance that being healthy is more important than losing weight. If that makes sense. Being healthy is more important than losing weight, because you're going to lose the weight anyway. When you target those areas in your body, especially the digestive system that you need to. Okay. And so now I'm going to show you guys some foods or whatever that I researched and that I actually haven't been using some of these in my diet. I have not. I've actually been using most things that target my inflammation, but because of a leaky gut in my digestive system, which I know when you have an autoimmune disorder, inflammation targets your digestive system as well. So I was like, these are some of the foods that I even need to start eating every day. Because I shared with you guys a couple of months ago the things that I eat to target rheumatism. And you guys have heard me say I love avocados. I eat those a lot. I kind of put them on everything. I kind of eat them all day, or make a different entree, whether it's breakfast or lunch, to incorporate avocados. There's some other cold cut vegetables that I eat that help me with rheumatism. Some of the foods that you want to put in your body and target before, and this, I found this out too, you guys. You want to even start doing this before you start dieting, because if you're not losing anything and if nothing is helping you, body wise in your body, and you're like, okay, I'm still in pain. I'm eating the right foods. I'm still in pain. I'm still not doing anything. First up is black olives. I have the organic pitted excuse me, it's called pitted Greek Kalamata olives. But rich black olives is rich in fiber. And to be honest, I love black olives. It's just that I don't buy it every day. Avocados, I eat them up, so I have to buy them every day. But I even have to start eating black olives every day. So these are the whole pitted organic black olives, and they are definitely rich in fiber. Not only that, it's a fermented vegetable. It's a fermented vegetable. Fermented foods and prebiotics. Remember that fermented foods and prebiotics is where you want to go to target your leaky gut and your digestive system. Prebiotics. I'm gonna say that again. Prebiotics, probiotics, fermented foods is the way that you want to go. They have fermented foods in powder form, in plant-based form, but that's something I haven't tried yet. So I just been trying to eat the foods that are fermented and rich. Black olives is one of the ones that's on the list. Black olives is one of the ones on the list that targets leaky gut. I got whole black olives, but mine is organic and pitted. Okay. Next is sauerkraut. Now, you guys, I've never really ate sauerkraut, but now finding out about, excuse me, my digestive system and where it needs to be. This is naturally fermented. I didn't just get any sauerkraut. Sometimes, and most times, you're going to have to pay a little bit more if you go to the farmer's market or if you go somewhere else. And even in some grocery stores, they are selling organic and fermented foods. And yes, you can read the ingredients. Yes, there are numbers to call and make sure that it's really fermented. And they can send you, they can show you some type of list of, process of paperwork that they've done to show you that it's really fermented. So it's naturally fermented. It's mildly sweet with caraway seed. And we know that sauerkraut is cabbage, but I think it's with vinegar too. So it's kind of like got a sweet sour taste. You see the cabbage there? So it's naturally fermented. It's gluten-free. It's not high in sodium at all. I just want to reiterate too that when you're watching calorie intake and when you're watching different types of saturated fats and micronutrients, you got to watch because some fats we do need, and you got to also watch the trans fats too. But I just want to reiterate this, that you got to watch your sodium. It's a lot of things that we eat, and this is for me too. It's a lot of things that we eat that has tons and tons of sodium, which is a lot of tons and tons of salt. We already got salt in our body, but there are some things that we eat that has like 500 milligrams of sodium or more, or even 350 is high for sodium. 250, 100, 150 and under is good for sodium. And so this sauerkraut is fermented and the sodium is 150. And when I looked at it, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you guys. So I'm going to start incorporating, you want to incorporate this more in certain foods you eat. Some people put it on hot dogs. Some people put it in their vegetables, sauerkraut, but you want to make sure you consume enough daily to target your leaky gut. And again, if you want to find out if you really have a leaky gut, you already kind of pretty much know yourself if you're always inflamed and nothing is working. But I do recommend to go and take a test because it could also mean something else too. Because like I was telling you guys about my story, I have rheumatism. And so that's another form of an autoimmune disease. And it targets a lot of inflammation in the body. So not just it wasn't that certain muscles was getting inflamed. My digestive system tract was also inflamed too. So just want to make sure that I let you guys know that. So the second on the list is sauerkraut. Okay. Thirdly, sweet potatoes. This is an organic sweet potato. This is an organic sweet potato. Um, I used to eat them every now and then, but now I'm gonna start eating them a little bit more, incorporating them in a little bit more of what I'm already eating, because I already know that I have, you know, an inflammation problem. So I want to make sure that my digestive system and my gut is making sure that I'm cleaning it out and making sure that it doesn't get backed up with toxins and waste, because that's what a leaky gut is. So this is a organic sweet potato. I got one in the oven there, y'all. It's good to bake them. I think some people said that they is another way that you can fix them, but I think most of us we bake them. Um, you know how you do a regular potato, where you put your sour creams and your chives and your stuff on there. It's the same way that you can do a sweet potato and fix it right on up. Some people just eat it by themselves. My mother makes sure she eats it every chance she can get. She'll fix her a sweet potato for breakfast. She'll fix it for a snack. I mean, she'll eat other things with her breakfast and lunch, but she'll make sure that she, put things with it or whatever. So sweet potatoes are definitely fermented, rich in nutrients, rich in vitamins, and this is definitely on the list. This is definitely on the list. So black olive, sweet potato, and sauerkraut that I showed you, and I'm getting ready to drink some of this. But anyway, kombucha. I keep a stock of kombucha. It stinks. If you smell it, you're not going to want it. It stinks. I found out about kombucha a couple years ago, but I wasn't consistent with it. And it is infused with, the kind that I got is infused with berry and honey sauce. And it is USDA organic, and it is a probiotic. So it supports health and digestive system. Kombucha. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it before. Kombucha. But again, even this berry and honey flavor, it stinks. But I can drink it. I can drink it. It doesn't have much of a berry taste to it because it's a probiotic liquid. So it's not supposed to taste real good, but it's good enough for you to drink down. And so they have different flavors. And I got the berry and honey sauce flavor. I try to keep a stock of these. They are not cheap. $10 a bottle. It's $10 a jar. This is 64 ounces. So that's not bad. $9.99. I keep a stock of like 2 or 3 of these and just make sure I keep drinking. And when I run out, go get some more. So I just start drinking. So kombucha. You want to know a little bit more about it? Look it up. But it's very good. It's very good. It's a very good probiotic for people with inflammation conditions and disorders. But it won't even if you didn't have that condition and there's a lot, let me tell you something. There's a lot of autoimmune conditions. So it's just not one. It's just not rheumatism. It's not just different types of arthritis. There's a lot of autoimmune disorders. So it's definitely not going to hurt you. It's going to help you, even if you don't have a severe inflammation condition. So these 4 things were on the list to get started with to target your leaky gut. Incorporate it in your diet. Or whatnot, so you can take part and help your digestive system. If, like I said, if you're working out, if you're trying all these diets, we know that keto diets is very, a lot of people love keto diets. My cousin is a keto trainer. So he coaches on keto diets. He's been keto for a long, long time because he had diabetes when he was at a young age. He had juvenile diabetes, and he started targeting his journey when I think he was about 16 or 17, when he was a teenager. He had a severe type. So yeah, he definitely doesn't eat any um, he doesn't eat any bread. I think, yeah, keto, but he still have to have some type of carbs, but it's different. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, if you're on something and you're saying that it's not working, and then you want to make sure that your digestive system is flowing the way that it needs to flow. So I hope this helps you all. I hope you guys have a happy weekend, a happy Saturday morning. I'm definitely not going to hold you long. We are at 20 minutes, going into 21 minutes, and so that is all I had for you. And anything else that I'm studying on or I'm researching on, or something that I'm using also that is helping me again. Whether you have rheumatoid arthritis, whether you have diabetes, whatever you where if you have lupus, um, hey, guess what? I'm in that same number, and we're targeting this together. If you have questions, or for me, the way to get in touch with me is in my bio, and send me an email, and I'll get back to you. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody have a great weekend on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Bye.